Hey everyone, welcome to week 12. I'll try to make this short and sweet. So you've probably already gotten a couple emails from me. I've been trying to make this video work, so I'm just going to reshoot it again. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, so a few things first. Please make sure that you submit all the assignments that we have done. So anything before the great quarantine of 2020 or anything since. So a lot of you have been really panicky about grades and turning things in late. Just submit stuff. Just get it in and we'll all figure it out. I am intending to be graceful and accommodating for everything that's going on, so try not to worry about it too much. Along those lines, a lot of you got emails about attendance, and that's an automated email that you get from WebAdvisor. And just to reiterate, this is how attendance is working. On Monday, I'm going to send out all the information, all the readings, all the assignments that you need to complete for that week. And if you turn in the assignment on time by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, then you will be counted present for both of the class meeting times. If, however, you do not submit on time or do not submit at all, you will be counted absent for both of those meeting times. So if you didn't submit on time, you might have gotten an email that said you're in danger of being dropped from the course. If you are dropped from the course, I physically have to drop you, which I really don't plan on doing unless you're ghosting me and not responding to any of my emails or my messages, whatever it may be. And even then, it's pretty slim that I would drop you from the course. So don't stress about it so much. Just submit everything you've got. Even if you're going back to older assignments, submit those too, especially your essay. If you have not submitted your essay, your second essay yet, please drop everything that you're doing and do that now. That's 15 big juicy points that you're missing. Also, if you need help with anything, make sure that you're dropping in for my office hours on Google Hangout. If you go to the 4-9 midweek checkup, there's a file right there that'll help you. It'll give you directions. And if you need more specific directions, watch the video from April 2nd. There's some information there that will help you. Okay, so I just want to walk through a couple things that we're doing in week 12. Just so you know, we're pretty much doing an assignment very similar to what we did last week with James Baldwin, but we're revisiting Langston Hughes one more time with this awesome poem, Let America Be America Again. And what you're going to do is you're going to read that poem, you'll listen to the podcast, The Birth of American Music, you'll watch this video, what are databases and why you need them. You will browse through the website, the library overview. There's a bunch of links there. In fact, let's just go visit that real quick. I'm going to click on Lessons, Week 12, April 13th through the 19th, and then Library Overview using the databases. What I want you to do is just explore this website. So all these tabs right here, Home, Getting Started, Finding Materials, Using Databases, Citing Sources, and Plagiarism. Just browse through all of those links. And those are going to help you not only with the assignment this week, but also with your last major paper that will be due at the end of this unit. So browse through all of those, and those will be really helpful. And then there's a document that I have put up here that if you were in my 1301 course, you'll be familiar with it. So this document is to help you with the major project, the major essay that we'll have at the end of the units. But it'll also help you right now with this assignment as well. So, and let's look at the assignment for the Langston Hughes biography and discussion board. I'm going to click Create Thread. And just so you know, this is going to be very similar. So after you've explored the readings and resources for this week, you're going to do something similar to the submission where you synthesize Baldwin's writing with his philosophy. However, this week, you're going to be responsible for finding your own sources through the TCC databases to compose your work. So after exploring all the assigned resources, you're going to use the TCC database Bloom's Literature to research the life and experiences of Langston Hughes. Who was he? What did he write about? When was he writing? Where was he writing? Why did he write in the manner that he did? How has his work been received? And then once you've done all of this, then you can use the template. And I've made the template by popular request. Copy and pasteable. Copy and paste. Yeah. So here it is. Langston Hughes' poem, Let America Be America Again, consistently uses the phrase, America was never America to me, meaning that blank. So you need to assess what you think that phrase means based on the context of the poem and also Langston Hughes's biography and philosophy. If you're struggling with this, even after you visited the resources from the TCC database, then use Shmoop or SparkNotes. Those will help as well. So this philosophy is reinforced in the poem when Hughes says blank. So quote from the poem there and also there. What many do not know, however, is that Hughes's ideas were also justified by his own experiences, like when blank or blank. So tell me something about Hughes's life or his philosophy right there, and if you need to tweak the template a little bit, that's fine too. Hughes's argument and writings are important to our understanding of race in America today because blank. So right here, this is where you're expanding on your own thoughts, ideas, philosophies, all that great stuff. So this should be maybe the longest portion of your body paragraph, so keep that in mind. And then as always, you're going to respond to a classmate's post in 100 words or more. And I wanted to share just a couple of really good examples. So this was a great submission from last week. And what I've done here is I have categorized it by topic sentence, which is in yellow, evidence, which is in blue, and analysis, which is in green. So this is the skeleton of a body paragraph. They did a really great job here. So here's the topic sentence where the student lays out the argument. James Baldwin's Sonny's Blues argues that the rapid depletion of innocence in Black American children is due to the perception that there is little chance of a future. So you can already see they're laying out a clear argument. You can see that they proofread. You can see that they're striving for sophisticated word choice and sentence structure. It works really well. Here's the evidence. This is most clearly seen in the story when the narrator says, "These boys now were living as we'd been living then. They were growing up with a rush and their heads bumped abruptly against the low ceiling of their actual possibilities." Or perhaps when the narrator was driving through his neighborhood when Sonny, but houses exactly like the houses of our past, yet dominated the landscape. Boys exactly like the boys we once had been found themselves smothering in these houses, came down to the streets for light and air, and found themselves encircled by disaster. This is also validated in Baldwin's own philosophy and experience when examining the topic of relatability between differences, races, and religion, as he said, "I was discussing the difficulties, the obstacles, the very real danger of death thrown upon the society when a Negro, a black man, attempts to become a man," in the Baldwin on Dick Cavett video. And here they're unpacking this evidence in the green with their own argument. This argument is important to our understanding of race in America because children are vital observers of how the world appears to be, and their insight is what shapes their future reality. When children are systematically suffering, such as living in seemingly ignored and low-income neighborhoods that have been imposed upon the community, children are keen to find ways to escape the devastation, confusion in any way that they can. It's crucial to recognize the traumatic impact these communities have had on children and the generations following. Recognition begins a long due evaluation of how this issue can be solved and eventually cease to be any issue any longer. And I thought that was amazing. Really great job. They're very specific here. You can see that the green is a big chunk of their paragraph, which is what I'm looking for. So don't just say in your analysis portion, "This proves my point." Really dig into what you think the text is arguing and why it's important to our understanding of race. And then one last thing I wanted to share. This was a comment, and this is where I think students are struggling the most, is having a really good comment. But this is a perfect example. Okay, Kendall, I agree with your idea that, quote, "race is a factor on a person's perspective." And I like that they're quoting the original author here. Very well done. Race can factor into your family values, ideology, and behavior of others, and those traits definitely shape a person's perspective. Now, listen how brave they are here. However, I disagree with your idea that, quote, "we see that today in America there is no segregation," end quote. And now they're going to be specific with why they disagree. One could argue that America is still residentially segregated based on the fact that black families and white families often live in very different neighborhoods. Take Chicago, for example, which is very specific. Way to go! Despite having a diverse population, the south and west areas of the city are predominantly black families. In fact, in an article from the Washington Post, using an extra source, excellent, they stated that Detroit, another largely African-American city, has remained the most segregated metropolitan area since 1990. That's excellent. It's specific. It's backing up their ideas, using another source, using quotes. That's what I'm looking for in the comment. So you all stay healthy, wash your hands, stay away from people, and I will check in with you on Thursday with another video. Y'all have a great week.